head into our Lagos studios, where I am now being joined by the phenomenal Nigerian artist Black Fab, who for him music is not just a celebration of the arts, but it's also a way to introduce new cultures and experiences to people around the globe. Black Fab, it's great to have you on the show. And I have to say, more than anything, I am curious to understand and get into your type of music. So when you talk about, collaborating with Afrobeat and your Igala music, how exactly does that work?
Thank you for having me. So, literally my music, first of all, music is like a universal language. That's what I understand. And me happening to have like a melody, a style, I grew up here in Lagos. I grew up also partially in Abuja. So for me, my sound comes from my dialect, my culture, and I'm able to mix it with the sound, like the happening sound, or the guys who understand advanced music. So connecting it for me makes the style. You see the style, and then you still understand that this sounds really global. I can listen to this. So for me, it's really not as difficult or hard to connect the Igala sound to the modern sound.
I like that. So I know that you're a big you're a big voice when it comes to pushing your culture, which is the Igala culture, and I'm here for it, quite honestly speaking. So tell me something that I do not know about the Igala culture.
Okay, so the Igala culture, we are people of we have the traditional way of worship before the Christianity and the Islam, and then we have this very beautiful fashion sense. We have this traditional festives that we do. We are people that we have a great festive celebration, but because it's like a minority state in Nigeria, so this the culture, this festivities, these great things that happened back there that I am aware of, even if I didn't grow up there, but I get to visit these things. I am connected to it because I am from there originally. So for me, there's a whole lot that I'm trying to get people to connect with. Is a place that people should go see what we do. Is a lot of, we have masquerades, we have beautiful people, we have people with different ideologies. So it's a place that I feel like is untapped, and I should, if I have the the opportunity and the possibility using my talent to showcase where I come from, is something that I love to do, and I'm doing it because I enjoy doing it.
I couldn't agree with you more. We've seen that Afrobeat, it's possible for you to do your music with Afrobeat in your language, and people would enjoy it. Ashake does it all the time with his music. He speaks his language. Exactly. He speaks Yoruba, and you see people. He did his Lonely at the Top.
Speak whatever language. Yeah.
Exactly. He speaks his local language, and people still try to, even if they don't get it right, they just try to say what he's saying. They try to connect with it. We see the same thing with Chike. Chike would sing in Igbo.
Yes.
But everybody is going to sing the song, whether or not he's speaking, whatever language he's speaking. So it's clear. As long as the music is beautiful, people are going to relate to it. And like I said, I love the fact that you're doing.
People are going to listen.
Absolutely. But then how do you,
so much.
What would you,
and one more thing is.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Oh, so there are deep listeners of music, people who, even if they don't understand what you're saying, there are people who go as far as asking people who can understand to tell them the meaning of what you're saying. And then before you know it, it makes more sense to them beyond the melody. I hope you understand that's like another level of listening to music.
I couldn't agree with you more. So what is it about your music that just stands out to people, apart from the obvious? Like when they hear your Igala music, it's not just about that now. It's what is the tune? What is the sound? That Igala dance that's very slow, and you twist your body and you go.
So.
Do you incorporate that in the music? Like, what is it that when people, I've heard it, but what for you would you say is that thing you put in it that just makes it stand out culturally?
Yeah, so sometimes you see me, if you've watched my video, you see me trying to, we have like an attire that is identified with where I come from. and you see me sometimes I'm, you know, all dressed up in that attire. You know, that's African, and that's Igala as well. So, you know, I try to really showcase that, you know, cultural value in my visuals, in my lyrics, you know. So, and then the things I say on those lyrics, if you understand Igala, I say things that are talking about verses from the Quran. I'm talking about whatever has happened in the Bible. I'm talking about my real life, the things I do, and then the way I say it, how comfortable and maybe how deep I say it. If you're able to ask or get a better understanding of my lyrics, these are the things that, you know, for me, is making me a standout artist. And then my voice is, you know, is I have a different voice. I feel like if you hear me for the first time, the next time you get to listen to my sound, you're going to connect that, oh, that's Black Fab. So I see that, okay, this is what makes me a different, you know, person, a different artist.
I like that. Now, Black Fab, I wanted to go to your roots, right? I wanted to talk about where you started from and how that has brought you to where you are now. Take me back to when this journey began, your love for music, your appreciation of your Igala culture. What were some of those things that happened to you that made you realize that not only do you want to be an artist, but you wanted to be an artist that celebrated your culture through his music?
Well, yeah, so originally the sound was in me before I even figured if I wanted to start singing in my language, because, you know, as a kid growing up, I grew up somewhere around Ajigule at some point before we moved, you know, to Abuja, and then I came back to Lagos. So growing up in Ajigule, where we live somewhere on Oluwa Street, where you see the likes of, you know, Daddy Shoki, we listen to Two-Face Idibia, you know, so I've always had a sound in me. I like to sit in the compound, hit, you know, like make beats, you know, just make sound and sing on it, and you see how the compound people just, you know, nod to whatever I'm doing. So I started doing all of those, even whatever I'm saying wasn't making sense. But from then I knew that, oh, I have a sound. And, you know, the older I get and, how, you know, whatever language I'm able to speak, how better I got in speaking my language, got better in speaking Hausa. So, you know, whenever I'm making music and I want to see whatever comes at that time, however I'm feeling, you know, whatever language fits into the lyrics and the beat, that's what's going to go for me. You understand? So the journey has been from, you know, back at Jiguli, understand that, oh, I have a sound, and then, you know, I feel like I'm more comfortable when I'm talking a story, when I'm trying to talk about something, like I'm a storyteller in my music, or I'm trying to express something, to say something that you can connect with in your daily life. Do you understand? So for me, I started connecting my languages, the languages I can speak. If you listen to some of the songs, I'm speaking Hausa on some lyrics, just a little drop of Hausa, and then I move to the next. I'm saying whatever I want to say in English, whatever comes swift for me. Yeah.
All right, well, Black Fab, we're rooting for you. We're rooting for your music. And we're hoping that things eventually, you know, play out the way you'd want them to. In terms of features, though, if there was an unconventional feature and you had a blank check and they said, listen, Black Fab, we want to give you this artist and we want you to make something special in the studio with them, who would you rather have?
Yeah, so personally, I'll say I'll go for Damian Marley. He's, I don't know if you know him. Damian Marley is one of, you know, my current, you know, influence in music. And then if I'm not going that route, I want to do it. The next person I really want to make nice sound with is going to be the likes of Burna Boy. You know, these are guys I understand that their talent is you know, is original. You know, their sound is rooted African. You know, they're big sound guys, and I feel like, oh, with this guy we can do something exceptional, something, you know, that can last over time.
All right, well, we're rooting for you, Black Fab. Thank you so much for joining me on Rise 360. Enjoy the rest of your day.